In this video we're going to look at all the signals that we can see in the market, why this is going to be a turnaround exactly here. Yes, we got bullish news, we got bullish signs that we can see in the charts, but most importantly guys, if you're not into the crypto market exactly here, you're not going to buy any dump, because yes, we could see that the price movement through major manipulation, volatility, FUD in the markets, fear, uncertainty and doubt could see a dump towards the downside, but ultimately guys, like I said before, this is going to be a fast move. But if you don't have the conviction to buy all the way up here, you won't have the conviction after you see the price movement dump 10 or even 20% in a short period of time. And now's the time to dollar cost average into all of these projects, because yes, we're going to see a major altcoin season and we're going to look at the signals why this could be the beginning of, first of all, a major push for Bitcoin, dragging all the altcoins up. So if you're not into crypto yet, what are you waiting for? And if you're watching this video for the first time, make sure to subscribe, smash up the like button, and welcome back to B4Crypto. Yes, we could see that the price movement of Bitcoin came all the way back down into this major zone. We can see that the price movement perfectly bounced off exactly from the 55,600 US dollars. But what could we expect in the immediate short term? But before we're going to go over to the charts to analyze the price movement and certain scenarios that we could expect, let's go over to the first bullish news. Breaking: Apple added Bitcoin payments on Apple Pay. This is just major guys, and this will drive the adoption of Bitcoin and crypto as such. So yes, this is a major milestone, but guys, it gets even better, because yes, MasterCard has launched a non-custodial Bitcoin crypto debit card for Europe. So yes guys, can you imagine all the volume that is going to come into Bitcoin, regardless of anybody that wants to invest in Bitcoin through an easy payment method with Apple Pay and also MasterCard. This is just major news. But overall guys, let's go over to the next major bullish factor that we can see in the charts. Yes, we've talked a lot about market manipulation, and I also showed you the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. And if you want to find out more about the Wyckoff accumulation pattern, I've linked the video all the way up here so that you can watch everything that you need to know about the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. But ultimately guys, this is the playbook of all the major whales and also institutions and also governments, because they are manipulating the price to this Wyckoff accumulation schematic. This means they're redistributing their crypto investment and reaccumulating them at these lows, where everybody's extremely fearful. And yes, this Wyckoff accumulation pattern is perfectly in line with the price movement that we can see in the previous 6 months, and we have talked about the manipulation. And this is the playbook guys, because ultimately we can see this major high and this major swing low all the way down here. This perfectly lines up with the price movement of Bitcoin. This price movement is a little bit off to the price movement on the Wyckoff schematic, but still it follows the same pattern, because we can see that the price movement has the slow grind towards the downside. And yes, we have formed this low exactly here, this major range low from this major accumulation or redistribution of major institutions or whales dumping the Bitcoin all the way up here and rebuying them all the way down here to accumulate even more. And yes guys, this is exactly what I told you in the previous videos. All these major institutions and whales, they need a lot of selling pressure so that they even can buy all of these Bitcoin. So if you want to buy a large quantity of Bitcoin, you need a large amount of sellers that are going to sell their Bitcoin to you. So this is exactly what they are doing. They're accumulating even more. Companies like BlackRock. So let's go on, because ultimately we can see this major slow grind, as we can see for the Wyckoff schematic, and then we see this spring, this dump towards the downside. And this is exactly what we had, where the price movement dumped all the way down here and had this fast recovery all the way back up. But guys, after this we could see that the price movement comes back above these major lines from the previous low that we had all the way down here. And yes guys, after this retest we could expect this pump all the way back up to the range high. And this is exactly what we can see at the moment for Bitcoin. We had the spring exactly here, this dump towards the downside, and now we are seeing this perfect retest exactly here. So yes, all of these major whales that have been accumulating or redistributing their Bitcoin to accumulate even more. They want to be in profit. So ultimately, they're going to push the price higher so that they can be in profit. So this means that the price movement has to come all the way back up to the range high, to the previous all-time high. And this is going to be a fast move because ultimately, this is going to catch a lot of people off guard if Bitcoin is suddenly going to move 30%. Because yes, we know exactly where we are in the market, because if we're going to look at the previous cycles, guys, and this is going to be the next signal, yes, we can see that in the previous halving we had this consolidation phase, and exactly after 154 days we saw this parabolic move towards the upside. And in the previous halving in the year 2016, we could see exactly the same, a consolidation after the Bitcoin halving, and this parabolic move started exactly 154 days after the halving. Yes, at the moment we are seeing the same scenario, Bitcoin halving, consolidation, and at the moment we are exactly at the 154 days. Yes, this is the weekly chart. This means that each and every candlestick represents 1 week. So we are exactly within this week where we could expect this turnaround for Bitcoin exactly here. But yes, we could expect a volatile move or even a sideways move for a little bit further, because we can see the low exactly here. So any price movement back above the 56,000 is going to be a bullish move, even if we're going to move a little bit more sideways before we're going to get this major pump, which is going to push Bitcoin back above this previous all-time high. And yes, guys, this means that a lot of altcoins are going to be dragged higher, but we're going to come to the altcoins. But first of all, let's look at the final signal that we can see in the market. Yes, we can see the 100 moving average, this yellow line exactly here. This is the average price of Bitcoin over the previous 100 days. This yellow line exactly here, and this is the 200 moving average, the average price of Bitcoin in the last 200 days. And we can see that the 100 moving average is about to cross the 200 moving average. This is called a golden cross, which is a bullish indication. But guys, if we're going to zoom out on Bitcoin, we had in the previous cycle, we had the 100 moving average coming extremely close to the 200 moving average, but we didn't have a cross. But at this narrow point exactly here, we could see that it perfectly lines up with this major breakout and the start of this parabolic run towards the upside. And at the previous halving, yes, we could also see the 100 moving average come extremely close to the 200 moving average exactly here. And at the closest point, we could see the start of this major parabolic run. And yes, guys, this is the first time we are actually getting this bullish cross for Bitcoin on the weekly chart. So this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. And yes, this is the ultimate signal that we could expect this major breakout. But let's go back on the daily chart, because yes, we could expect some volatility, and we even could expect a dump even lower, maybe all the way back down to these major levels of 50,000 US dollars. Because if we're going to look at the Fibonacci retracement levels from the swing low all the way to the swing high, which was exactly the 65,000 US dollars, all the way up here where we got this rejection, yes, we are perfectly in the golden ratio exactly in between the 50% Fibonacci retracement level exactly here and the 61.8. So this is the golden zone, perfectly in line with this major yearly support, where we could see that the price movement of Bitcoin perfectly bounced off and held this major level. Because even at this major swing towards the downside, this was a perfect support, and we could see that the price movement had this quick recovery all the way back up. So yes, if we're going to see that the overall market is going to shake out even more retail investors to load up even more for the final time, we could see this dump all the way back down to the 78.6 being my worst case scenario. Yes, we could also come all the way back down, but this is going to be an extremely fast move. Even if we're going to come all the way back to the 78.6, guys, the price movement is going to recover ASAP, and we could expect this major bounce exactly from these levels. So if you don't have the conviction to buy at the moment exactly here for all of the altcoins and also Bitcoin, you won't have the conviction after you see the price movement dump all the way from these levels all the way to the 78.6, because you will always keep in mind, is the price going to bounce or is it going to dump even lower? And if the price turns around exactly here, you'll end up buying here where you initially could have bought exactly here without any hassle or stress, or you're going to buy exactly all the way up here when Bitcoin already went up 20 or even 30%. So you're going to be, as all the retail investors, you're going to buy the top and not the bottom, because this is extremely important when it comes to any investment. Buy low, sell high. So ultimately guys, now is the best time to invest. We can see that Bitcoin is already finding perfect support in the zone of the 61.8, the golden ratio, and this yearly support box exactly here, because Bitcoin formed this low, so this pump formed another low, which is a higher low, so this is a double bottom. And if we're going to see this breakout, guys, we're going to come all the way back up to the 60,000 US dollars, which perfectly lines up with a 100 moving average, and ultimately the line in the sand that we need to break is this 65,000 US dollars. We need to see that Bitcoin comes all the way up to this major downward sloping trend, round about the 70,000 US dollars, finds support above the 65k, and this is going to be an extreme fast move. Believe me guys, if you're not going to buy here, you're going to miss this entry, and you're going to buy all the way up here when the price movement reaches nearly the all-time high. So you want to buy low, and if you want to buy all of these cryptocurrencies, guys, I have a special announcement, because if you sign up with my BloFin link, which is in the video description below, you first of all receive a deposit bonus up to 5,000 US dollars, but you get also free spins to win a lot of free cryptocurrencies, like for instance Sui, Injective. But guys, if you're going to deposit 100 US dollars, you're getting free spins and also a $10 Sui airdrop for absolutely free. So if you deposit $100, you're getting $10 for absolutely free. So use this opportunity, because we have only a few spots left and only 6 days to go. And yes, you can buy cryptocurrencies on the spot market or even trade it with a leverage without any KYC. And remember, this is a major opportunity to get Bitcoin at these low levels and also a lot of altcoins, because we know exactly where we are. We have looked at the cycles before, and we are exactly here. This yellow line just before this major parabolic run towards the upside, and this has been the previous cycles in the year 2017, 2020, and the average movement. So yes, this is what we could expect, and just absolutely early, and not just for Bitcoin, but also for Solana, because we can see that Solana is holding this major range. Yes, we are also accumulating. We are seeing this major consolidation for Solana, and yes, this looks extremely bullish, because we can see the 50 moving average as a major support zone. And yes, this is going to be my worst case scenario, that Solana is going to come all the way back down to the $118 level, but I think we're going to see this turnaround and this bullish breakout, because this is extremely bullish. We can see that the price movement of Solana is perfectly holding this level, and we could expect this bounce exactly here. And once again, if we're going to lose this level, this is going to be a fast move, like we saw it over here, and over here. So use this opportunity and buy exactly now, because we could expect a major altcoin season. This means that all the cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin are going to see a major push towards the upside, and they're going to outperform Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is going to get this pump all the way back up to the previous all-time high of 30%, this means that all of these altcoins are going to see a move of 100 or even 200% in the same time period. Because if we go over to the altcoin index, this is the performance over the previous 90 days from all the altcoins, and if we're going to see that the altcoin index is going to break the 25% level, we could expect a major altcoin season. This means that the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. And why? The crypto money flow cycle. This means a lot of people invested into Bitcoin at the previous cycle or even at the bottom, and they're in some major profits. So they're going to rediversify their Bitcoin holdings into larger cap altcoins, mid cap altcoins, and small cap altcoins. And this diversification is going to push the price of a lot of altcoins up, meaning that we're going to see an altcoin season. This means that a lot of altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin, because yes, we could see that Bitcoin went sideways over the previous month, but we can see like Fetch is up 23%, Sui is up 37%, so we can already see the beginning that a lot of altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. And yes, if we could expect this major breakout, Bitcoin breaking its previous all-time high, we're going to see that a lot of altcoins within this bull run are going to make it easy. 10x, 20x, or even 30x. And yes, these moves are going to be face melting if you're going to see that altcoins are going to move double digits within a week or even sometimes in days. 100% in 1 week is absolutely nothing during a bull market and during the altcoin season, because ultimately guys, we know exactly where we are. We are at the beginning of a major parabolic run, and we could expect this turnaround for Bitcoin. On the 4-hour chart, we are perfectly forming this W, but what is going to be extremely important, that Bitcoin is going to break these important moving averages, the 13 moving averages, which is exactly at the level of 57,000 US dollars, and all the way up here at 58,000 we can see the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. But guys, what is going to be extremely important, that Bitcoin is going to first of all break the 60,000 US dollars, being a psychological level. And yes, this was a lot of previous resistance, and also support exactly here. So yes, the price movement of Bitcoin needs to break this major level towards the upside. But if you want to find out which altcoin you need, guys, you need to tune in tomorrow, where I'm going to upload a video which altcoins you need in your portfolio. But overall guys, this is the last entry that you're going to get at this major start of this major parabolic run towards the upside, the start of this major bull run. So if you always want to stay up to date guys, make sure to be in my free Telegram group, where I post a lot of Bitcoin news, crypto news, a lot of charts, and also results from my Signal group. So yes guys, make sure to join my free Telegram group. But most importantly guys, ignore all this major FUD, because all these major bullish news and all these signals that we can see in the charts, and yes, you're extremely early, because remember, after 154 days we saw this parabolic breakout in the previous cycles. So this is going to mark the beginning of a major bull run. So make sure to be for crypto, smash up the like button, and most importantly be subscribed, and we see each other in the next video.